So how to handle the raw data and ERPs in both views. Firstly, we have one noisy channel, which happens when you have a lot of channels, especially after some time something happened to the material, etc. Or in this case, I think the cap is not falling uniformly, and this is slightly in the air, so to say, so it's not touching the skin. You can try adding a lot of gel, or if it doesn't work, you can simply exclude it from the screen. Also in analysis, exclude it from the analysis. So it's the FT8 channel, FT7, FT8, so gone. Now you can actually come back and see the normal EEG. We can look all of them with the same filters. That's okay. And when you press play, so I'm doing now this into the review mode, and you can do over here the auto scale. So computer will automatically adjust each of them for the optimal amplitude. And then again, when you want to come back to the default plus minus 50 microvolts, you can go to channels and adjust it. So over here we are seeing we're having already some 30 trials. If it looks like that, you can reset it, so it will just affect the visualization. So if you have in the beginning probably one very noisy trial, and then you can see we are doing the obviously N170. So let's go to the P8, P08 for instance, and check it out and see we have a nice, so this one is easy to get. It's child's play comparing to the TMS. However, I think that what might be problem for you is how to visualize these. So again, over here you can adjust manually the values for the amplitude, but you can also see and adjust different time base. So if I press my left button from the beginning, press it and keep it down, left mouse button, and now if I release it, then I will see just this portion of the evoked potentials, and now I can measure more precisely. To return to the default view, you come to the x-axis, so somewhere in between the numbers, and you double click it with the left mouse button, and voila, here we go. And likewise, so for instance, in the TMS, you would be maybe looking for the motor TEPs over here, and and then you would zoom in into the first 100 milliseconds. Another thing that you can adjust is actually the amplitude view. So the amplitude view works very differently. You come with a pointer to the y-axis where the values of amplitude are shown, and then you press the right mouse button and you drag it down, and that will raise the amplitude, or up, which will actually diminish it, which is a kind of countersense, but you try either way and you will find it out. So you see, now I adjust it. Now it's not very central, so if I want to see it even in better resolution, now it is kind of running away. So now you press and hold the left mouse button and move it up. And if you're looking for the 0, you put it in the middle, and now you have your curve. Coming again on the x-axis, double left click, and voila, here it goes. So this is the zoom mode for the single channels, which you obtain by the double clicking on that channel. Maybe I didn't say that. So again, auto scale. Now let's say I want to see the vertex positive potential. So now I will go to the area of the wave of the CZ, and I double click it, and I'm in the channel zoom mode, and I can obviously measure the latency. You can even measure the amplitude, but mostly people are interested for the latency. If you are looking at the propagation, you will be looking at the amplitude as well. Leave the first marker at 0, then you can measure the difference just by dragging the second one. And again here, so you can perhaps make the zoom in to the peak. On the time base, come out with a double left mouse click, and likewise, so let's say this is a bit big, so I want to make it smaller, so I will press and hold right mouse button and go up slightly, and now I have a better view into the whole evoke potential. Now, one thing that is not shown over here, because I don't have the TMS trace with me at hand, is that for the TMS you will have the pulse artifact, which is like a 10-20 milliseconds when you see it online, and you should mask it. So when you are going here to the definitions of the filtering and the baseline correction, which we selected in this case, and the EP window, there is this post-trigger gap. So essentially the data will be recorded, but if I put over here, let's say 20 milliseconds, the software will not print these dots in these first 20 milliseconds. So all of this will be white. Unfortunately, you cannot change this during the acquisition, so maybe you can go with more conservative numbers, and then you look for the P60 maybe, and 100 and so on. That should be enough. Or maybe you can also try just 15 milliseconds gap, and then look for the P25 or whatever other peaks you're interested in. Also, another thing, so you can reset these averages at certain point. Obviously you will be losing all of the trials before that one, so if that happens in the very beginning, that you have a very noisy trial, then you can reset the average. If you do it by the end, then you won't have a very nice evoke potential, because you will be seeing just a few trials. So this is the visualization tool. It will just start printing from 0, from scratch. It won't erase those trials, so you will have all of them available for the offline analysis. I hope this helped.